What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to Tavian's World of Reptiles. I hope you are all doing well and taking care of yourselves. I know that I'm doing my best to try to keep to myself and, self-quarantine and keep away from the general public and just trying to get by day and keeping myself busy. So I hope you are all managing to do the same. And I really appreciate you all coming to spend a few minutes to just waste away some time watching one of my videos. I definitely appreciate all of your support. Please, like I said before, please interact with this video in any way you feel comfortable, whether that is hitting the like button or dislike button or dropping a comment or both. Whatever you feel like you are most comfortable with doing, it's most appreciated. So thank you all again for coming through, whether you are a new person or a returning person. I appreciate your views and I appreciate you giving me your time today. So now I am back and things are getting rolling again. So I know that in one of my last videos, I talked to you guys about all the animals that I have had to rehome and which animals have left. And so today I decided I would go ahead and flip the script and show you all the animals reptile related that are actually still here in the reptile world with us and are part of our family today. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of show you one by one which animal I have. I'm not going to really show you the enclosure. I'm actually going to just go ahead and get them and then show you them, except for maybe Vastra. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into that. So speaking of Vastra, let's see her first. Alright, here she is, everybody. This is Vastra, my green iguana. She pretty much just free roams this room here, and she comes up here and hangs out. She's got her humidifier, she's got a light, you know, the random little plant that's back there. I don't know what I'm doing with it. It's an experiment, don't worry about it. But yeah, she's a really great girl. I got her from an expo a few years back. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit of an impulse buy, but definitely not something I felt like I was incapable of handling. And I've really enjoyed having her. She's come close where I've thought maybe we would have to rehouse her for a bit, but ultimately my plans keep working out where she has to stay in my life. So she is still here with us in the reptile family. It's definitely not a very hands-on animal, but we've grown a little bit. She definitely allows the occasional handling. She may whip a tail, but she's not as quick to run as she once upon a time was. So yeah, there she is, and she's definitely a part of the family. I got to get her some greens back there and clean up all that mess that she's got going. But yeah, there she is, everybody. That is Vastra, my green iguana. And next up, we have my Dumeral's boa. This is Zuko. I'm not going to keep him out for long because I noticed that he's in shed, and I missed his blue face, so, he's actively, in the point of trying to shed. So I'm going to go ahead, not take too long with him, and get him back into his enclosure and get that humidity up for him so that he can actually get all this shed off. It looks like it might be a messy one because I actually missed that blue face, and I didn't give him a humidity box or up his humidity. So it's looking a little rough right now, so I'm not going to hold up too much of his time. But this is Zuko, my Dumeral's boa. Not a very accurate representation of him right now. But yeah, I found him on Craigslist, and I actively was looking for a Dumeral's boa. I had been looking for one for a while, and I was not able to find one at reptile shows. So I decided to just go ahead and put up a Craigslist on a post saying that I was looking for a Dumeral's boa. And just within a few weeks, I had somebody reach out saying that they had a Dumeral's boa that they themselves had gotten from a reptile expo, which means either they got it before I saw it or I missed it. But either way, they got it from the expo, and they had not been able to get it to eat. They had it for about 8 months, and they were not able to get it to eat. So and they wanted to go to a better home, so I ended up purchasing him from them. And I was able to get him to eat right away. It's just that he has a bit of a temper. He's hesitant. He's hesitant to eat with people watching. Sometimes he will take from the tongs, but I had to learn very quickly that if you just leave the food and walk away, that he eats. And I think maybe they were just trying to dangle the food, and if he didn't take it, assume that he wasn't hungry. But in reality, when I left it, he ate it every time, and he's always eaten. He's never not eaten. Well, that's not true. He's maybe missed 1 or 2 meals where he chose not to eat, but I think that was when he was in blue. He's one of the few snakes that I have who is not always happy to eat when he's in blue. Sometimes he will, sometimes he won't. So yeah, anyway, I'm not going to waste too much time with him, but yeah, this is Zuko, my Dumeral's boa. All right, and next up we have Iro, my spider ball python here. I got him actually through a what is it called? An auction that was happening on the TGH's channel, and I had a bid, but I didn't really get it. But somebody else ended up bidding and getting it, and then giving me this snake, gifting me. So they got it through the auction and then sent it my way, and I thought that was an absolutely amazing thing to do. And I'm not sure whatever happened to them. I don't know if they're still on YouTube or not. Their channel, maybe they changed the name of their channel, but or maybe they're just not on YouTube anymore. But at the time, it was blackballed. But I'm not sure what they're going by at this point, if they're even still on YouTube. But it was a really wonderful gift, and he's been really amazing. He's officially my only ball python left. When I decided to get rid of my other ball python, it was originally I chose Zeus because a ball python was really not something I had ever wanted to own again after my very first experience. And then we ended up adopting Zeus, and my old roommate was supposed to have taken him, and then decided he didn't want him because of all the problems. And so I ended up having Zeus, but it wasn't one of the really snake that I ever really wanted. But I fell in love with seeing the snake when I saw it in the auction, and I really wanted it, and I have no regrets. And I'm really glad that I was gifted this awesome animal, and I look forward to seeing him grow. And he's just going to be amazing when he gets older. And I've already talked about my own thoughts about the spider ball python. At least when I first got him, I covered it because I didn't know nothing about it, and maybe I'll talk a little bit more about it now that I've learned a little bit more about spider ball pythons and all that. But I'll do that in a whole nother video. But yeah, anyway, this is Iro, my spider ball python, and he is fabulous, and he's adorable, and I love him very much, very much. So let's move on to the next animal. All right, and next up, everybody, we have Rafiki here. Now I know this is a different angle all of a sudden, but I had literally just looked over here not long before starting this, like all of 5 minutes ago, and he was not in here, and now he is, which tells me he literally just got in, tucked into his water bowl here, which needs a little water. I see he's overflowed a little bit, but since he just got here, I literally just don't see. I can't justify yanking him out of here after he just got comfortable just for a few minutes of a video. So I'm just gonna let him stay where he just got himself comfortable. But this is Rafiki, my blood python. I got him from an expo with Shere Khan, my carpet python, who I will introduce to you shortly. I walked away with both of them on the same day, and I mean definitely felt like I was walking out of that shop with some firecrackers in in my hands. It seemed like these guys came with a pretty rough reputation. And when they first got home, of course, naturally they were pretty cantankerous. But after a short bit of time, they were able to calm down. And I haven't had any negative experiences actually taking care of these fellas. I really enjoy it. I love this blood python. I love the way he looks. I love how stout he is. They get pretty nicely heavy bodied, but they don't get long, which is really nice. They stay reasonably shortish, but they just get thick and chunky. And I'm very excited for him to finally get to that size. But yeah, he's been amazing. He's got a reasonably really great attitude. He's not a big biter. Every once in a while, he'll let me know he's not in the mood. But otherwise, he'd rather just kind of go away and do his own thing without biting. So I've had no bad experiences with blood pythons, and I did a whole video on it. And if you haven't checked it out, I'll go ahead and stick a card here so that you guys can check out that video. And I talk all about the species and how I feel about it and how I feel like they're underrated. So go ahead and check out that video. But yeah, this, everybody, is Rafiki, my blood python. So, speaking of Shere Khan, here he is. This is Shere Khan, my carpet python. Got him from the same expo as I got Rafiki from. And you know what? This animal has really changed my life, and changed my perspective of what kind of animals I really want to work with. As I've been working with him, I realize I love active, interactive, intelligent snakes. And I think carpet pythons are like the epitome of intelligence when it comes to snakes. You can almost really just see them thinking and processing. And they're just like such loving, rewarding animals. I love having him just roam around the room because he is really my most active snake. He will just go and roam, and he'll come crawling all the way from one end and crawl underneath my feet and crawl past me or climb up me to get somewhere else. And I just love that. I love that we have that level of relationship that he knows he can trust me and that he can just be comfortable and he just does his thing and he just goes and you can just like see him thinking and processing. He literally has favorite areas that he likes to be. He will always make his way back to a very specific spot in the room that he likes to just kind of roam around in. Just really amazing animals, and I decided with working with this animal that I wanted to work with more carpet pythons and other Morelia species because I just love how intelligent and how smart they are, and you can just literally see them thinking. And I'm not saying that some of the other snakes are not, intelligent in their own ways, but I really feel like when it comes to intelligence and being able to actually see how the snakes are thinking and processing things, carpet pythons really, really show that. And I just would love to see myself be around a few more carpet pythons in my life. And like I said, just other Morelias. So really, really amazing animals. And I just love this species. And I just can't wait for him to get bigger. And he's already just gotten so big. He was maybe a quarter this size when I brought him home. So he's getting there. And I of course, slow grow my animals. This is not to downplay anybody who feeds a little bit more rapidly. But I just like to know them animals are growing at a slow and healthy rate. He's never really looked underweight. He's never looked unhealthy. And I really go off a lot off my visual representation of how I'm seeing my animals. And I really pay attention to their body structure. So he's always been a really healthy boy. He's had a few escapes in his time as well, and some pretty funny stories that I have of him. And maybe one day I'll do a video where I share some of those stories. But anyway, so that's Shere Khan, everybody. Let's go ahead and check out some of my other animals. All right, next up we have this stunning girl here. This is my queen bee. My queen bee. This is Maleficent. She is a beautiful boa. I love her very much. She was one of those ones that was almost there on the chopping block, and not just being, mostly because she's a pretty slow snake. When it has some holding her, she's not very active. Like, I literally never see her move around her enclosure. I know she does because I'll see her on the warm side, I'll see her on the cool side, but I don't really ever see her move. She's not the most comfortable with moving around her enclosure when she sees people watching. Even when I've caught her coming at night and seeing her just out looking like she might even about to roam, she'll immediately go on into another hide, which is probably me just catching her in the transition from the warm side to the cool side or vice versa. But yeah, she's a magnificent creature. And after a while, even though I don't see her move as much, I do get to interact with her. I get to handle her and I get to love on her. And as long as I get to do that, like I just couldn't when it came down to it. I keep looking at her and she's just an absolutely stunning boa, and I can't wait to see what she looks like when she's as big as Artemis. And it's just I just couldn't let her go. So this is my beautiful girl, Maleficent here, and as you can see, she is very large and she's very active when she's out. When she's out, she's like go. But otherwise, she's perfectly content to sit in one place for all day inside of her enclosure. So yeah. Anyway, this is my beautiful girl, Maleficent, the boa. Stunning, stunning animal. So let's check out the next one, everyone. Now, speaking of Maleficent, oh, here she is. This is my big girl, Maleficent. As you can see, she is a total giant. Oh my gosh, she's wild right now. But I'm also not going to keep her out for too long because she herself is in shed and is actually only recently coming out of blue. And I know that a lot of you are actually waiting on an update about Maleficent, and I promise you, good gracious girl, come here. Come here. I promise you that you will get that update. But this is Maleficent. She's a big girl. She's had a little bit of a rough patch. She's been going through some medical issues lately. and is still kind of battling those. she's she she's everywhere right now. But yeah, she's still battling those issues. But as far as temperament goes, she's a sweetheart for the most part. I know you've been following. You've seen that period where she was going through some things where she was not being a sweetheart. But as you can see overall, she is a sweetheart. She's a love. She's a doll, and but she's going through some things medically. And so I will update you guys at that on her video, which is coming out soon. But yeah, this is. Come here, so everybody can see you one more good time. Whew. This is Artemis, my big boa. I'm gonna go put her away now because she is just coming out of blue in her eyes. Anyway, you can still probably see her pink belly, but I'm gonna go ahead and put her away so that she is can calm down and she's not trying to do this right now. She's definitely already uncomfortable with the skin, so I'm gonna go ahead and put her back. But Artemis, everybody. Artemis. All right, now going to the very opposite end of my spectrum, we have baby Toph here. This is my Brazilian rainbow boa, and she is an absolute stunner. This camera's not doing any justice. Specifically, this light is not doing any justice. I hate it. It's making everything yellowish. And so until I get a new light, please bear with me. But this is Toph. She is gorgeous. She is stunning. I actually got her from Triple L Reptile a while back. And actually, I ended up getting her for free because when she arrived, she had one eye, which is actually blind. It's got that white, I forgot what that's called, but she's completely blind in it. And the other one is severely like underdeveloped. I can't say it's not there. It's just like barely there. So she's a one-eyed blind snake, or mostly blind actually. Every once in a while, I feel like she can see just the tiniest little bit out of this eye that she has. Sometimes I really feel like she's reactive sometimes to things. So, but I mean, mostly she's blind. So, and that's why I called her Toph. If you are an Airbender fan, you know the reference. Otherwise, don't worry about it. It's cool. It's fine. But yes, this is Baby Toph, my Brazilian rainbow boa. So next up, we have my future giant Artemis. This is my Sunfire reticulated python. I believe she's about 2.5, about two, maybe 2.5 years old. And as you can see, I am slow growing my animals. As always, you will not see another mainland retic. You will not often see another mainland retic that is about this age, that is still this small. No, she is not a super dwarf. She is a mainland. She will get to her full size, but she will get there in a slow and healthy manner. And she's not going to be raised up to be a breeder, so she just needs to be pumped up like that. I'm in no rush for her to become a giant. So I slow feed her. I slow grow her. And so she is the small, but as you can see, she's absolutely healthy looking. She's not malnourished. She doesn't have the spine. She's absolutely stunning. Beautiful coat. She's a beautiful animal, and I absolutely love her. But I choose to take a different route and how I want to grow my particular reticulated python, and I'm not trying to get her to be giant like so many of these other people out there you see with their extremely large 2-year-old reticulated pythons. So yeah. Anyway, this is her. She's absolutely beautiful. With this lighting and everything, you're not getting the full potential of her. But I mean, I've done videos with her up close and personal, and I will continue to do more in the future, where you can really just see the iridescence that she has and see how just gold she is. She's absolutely magnificent. She is like my gold queen and my future giant, my one and only giant that I ever planned to have in my life. So, yeah, this is Artemis. I mean, I just called her Artemis. This is Antiope. This is not Artemis. You just saw Artemis. She's the giant boa. This is Antiope. Antiope. There you go. All right, let's go on to the next snakes, you guys. So next up, we have Beetlejuice. This is my Malaysian mangrove snake, black and white mangrove snake. You typically see these in the black and yellow. I found him at an expo. Definitely, probably not the best place to get them. They're usually wild caught. He's 100% wild caught, but he's a calm snake. He's just been my most challenging snake. I have really been struggling to actually get him to eat anything other than nose, which are just not something I can come across easily, and so it has been a really big challenge. But so far, he's still living, he's still thriving. I'm keeping him alive, but it's just this. It's been a challenge because he just will not eat anything other than lizards, and it's just an expensive thing to have to feed, and something I'm not finding easily, especially now that we have this whole recession thing happening. I guess it's not, we might be heading into a recession. We may be in it. I don't know. All this quarantine stuff that's taking place, it's definitely making it hard to find the stuff that I need. And so I just, it's just been a pain in the butt. But he's magnificent, and I love him, and I have no regrets. He's just been a challenge, which is, I guess, why I got him. I got him to challenge myself because I definitely have plateaued. I've got a lot of education on the other animals I have, and have pretty much got it all down. I'm continuing obviously to change and grow with methods of keeping them as well. But I got the basics, and I was looking for something more of a challenge. And I tell you what, Beetlejuice is giving me that challenge. But yeah, I'm hoping to show him a little bit more. I know some of you were hoping to see him a bit more. I've just been really struggling to get him to eat, and so I haven't been showing him as much because I don't want to have to keep explaining to people that here's the situation. I'm struggling to get him to eat. I'm struggling to figure it out. Not to eat, just to eat anything aside from the nose, which are just not something I have an abundance of. So, but anyway, I'm not gonna keep rambling about it. I don't need to keep going on about it. He's here and he's alive, and as you can see, he is active. He just is very picky and expensive. But yeah, so there you guys go. This is Beetlejuice by Black and White Mangrove Snake. So let's check out, I believe it's going to be the last snake. The last snake I'm going to show you. Now, I didn't say I was going to show you all of my reptiles. However, there are two members of the family of my reptiles that I have not introduced yet, and in this video, and ever before on this channel. And so I am going to have to do a whole different video on them. And so while this is not all of my reptiles, it is about 98% of my reptiles. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get the last animal for today that we're going to show you all and introduce to you all if you're new to the channel. So let's go ahead and get them. Alright, now this last guy is not really new considering that I just did a video on him yesterday, but since I planned on doing this video yesterday and he stole the show by showing back up, his video got put out first. So since he's actually here for this video now, the last one we want to introduce to you all again is Tiger, my tiger rat snake. This is a beautiful animal that I got from a local reptile store, and he was a pretty big favorite in the store. He had been there for a while. All the volunteers that worked there was just madly in love with him, and I keep them regularly updated on Facebook, and they watch them here on YouTube, and so he's just a magnificent animal and just absolutely killer. Gonna be a very, he's already really long, but he's gonna get bigger, and he's just a magnificent animal, very large, colubrid, really good representation of what colubrids can be, because I definitely had my one image of what a colubrid was, which is like, corn snakes, milk snakes, which is not saying those are not magnificent, but they just seemed like that's all colubrids were for me in my mind for a while there. And then I got this guy, and then I've just opened up a whole world of how many more colubrids there are in the world. And if you haven't already, please check out my video on colubrids. I totally did a whole video on that, and then even show just how large a variety these animals come in with a slide and pictures and all of that. So go ahead and check out that video if you want to. But yeah, Tigger, the guy who had escaped for several weeks. And this is the last one that I'm going to be introducing you all to today. Now there is one more potential member of this family somewhere in this house. Luna, who is my albino boa, is somewhere, and I'm still hoping that she shows up because she is still a member of this family. And Tigger came back, so hopefully she will as well. But yeah, this is Tigger, everybody, my tiger rat snake. And if you are looking for a very large, sleek, not too heavy, but a large, kind of a larger snake, he gets long. He's long already, and they get long. So if you're looking for a larger snake that's not necessarily a wee tick or a boa and super heavy, maybe look into one of these. They're amazing. There's a lot of large colubrids out there that you all should look into. So, he's definitely opened my world to a bunch of them. So, yeah. So that's it, everybody. This is it. That's all I want to show you for today. Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. I guess. Well, no, no. So that's it, everybody. Thank you. So that's it, everybody. This has been great. It's been fun, and That's it. That's all the animals that are left and a part of the TWR family. So now, if you are new to the TWR family, you now know all the other members of your family, and you know who's all here. And of course, there's a few more that you have to meet. But either way, you generally have an idea of everybody that is here and a part of this family. It's been really fun showing you guys everybody and just kind of pulling everyone out one by one. It's a little bit hectic trying to put this video together. Just like, okay, stop it, get the next snake, and oh, stop it, and get the next snake. But it's been a blast, and I really enjoy sharing this with you. And I hope that I could just take out a few minutes of your day that if you're stuck in quarantine with absolutely nothing to do except to watch YouTube videos. Well, I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but I hope that many minutes of your life was worth you spending watching during this quarantine. I mean, what else do you have to do, right? I hope you watched the whole video and not just skim through, but I totally understand if you did. And now I'm getting to the point in my videos, if you've been around any significant period of time, where I say that I am rambling. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wrap up this video. Ticker's trying to go. I got a bunch of random things I need to do around here also, and then so future video to look forward to is kind of a room tour, which is kind of the changes that have happened since the last time you've seen the whole room, and some of the new enclosures that are going on. So look forward to that and other videos. I got a list, plus that Q&A thing from a while back. I'll eventually get to that too. So yeah, anyway, that's it, everybody. You all take care. Love yourselves, love your loved ones, love your reptiles, and you keep spreading those herbs.